story for today is one that's a bit old. This one's actually from January, of all things, or of all times, and it's about a 15-year-old boy burning down his aunt's bathroom to recreate a TikTok challenge. Yes, this has turned into episode 2 of TikTok. Why? The series where we ask, why TikTok? Why are you like this? So let's just get some backstory out of the way. So this family, was about to be homeless. Well, they were homeless. The husband of the family just lost his job due to the pandemic, and this aunt was letting them stay there because, family. You look after your family, right? Most people, whether you want to believe it or not, most people in your family will let you stay with them if you are homeless for a reasonable, reason. If you lose your job due to the pandemic, unless your family downright hates you, they're going to let you stay with them. Like me, I would never be homeless. My family is so goddamn huge, there'd always be at least one person. So that's one thing that we need to keep in mind as we go through this story. And the nephew in this scenario decides he wants to recreate a TikTok trend, which is you draw a shape on a mirror with hairspray and then light it on fire. And the fire is just supposed to be real quick, and it puts itself out very quickly, no harm, no foul. But the problem was it spread to a stack of towels that was sitting next to whatever the mirror or whatever, and the fire got out of control and it scorched the hell out of the bathroom. Like, do your parents not tell you not to play with fire when you're a child? That's one of the fundamental things that I remember my mother telling me as a kid. Don't play with fire and look both ways before crossing the street. And apparently people today don't know how to do either of those things. What is with TikTok and fire, by the way? Like, between Vine and TikTok, there have been so many challenges and trends revolving around setting things on fire that it is just wildly stupid. It is maddening how many different challenges and trends these goddamn websites have had that revolve around the idea of setting something on fire. Stop setting shit on fire, people. Please. It will never end well. You'll have your handful of people that pull it off perfectly and it looks awesome. But most people are gonna fuck it up. Stop doing this shit. Like, I just can't with the world. Oh, my head. Okay. The rest of the house is fine. They lived relatively closely to a fire department, so they were able to get there, stop the fire before it spread to the rest of the house. So that's good. But the aunt now wants them out of the house. Which, I mean, like, on the surface, fair. They almost burnt your house down. But on the other hand, it's like there were 3 other people in this scenario. There's also a niece that I think was younger who did nothing wrong. The father did nothing wrong here. Is it really fair to kick everyone out just because one person was stupid? No, not necessarily, but you can't kick a 15-year-old out on his own. And it's like they're all going to be homeless anyway if you kick them out, so you might as well kick them all out. It's very weird, and this story had been posted on Reddit a long time ago as well. That's not where I found it, but I ended up seeing it there through what I was reading. And people seemed to have mixed feelings about them being kicked out. And I'm one of those people that is kind of torn on it, because on one hand, yeah, the fucker almost burnt your house down. I wouldn't want him in my house either. But at the same time, the rest of the family did nothing wrong, and this kid's only 15, right? I think that is the biggest factor here. The fact that he's only 15. Like, I'm only 21. I'm not old by any means. I'm still pretty young. But even I can admit that I am a completely different person now than I was when I was 15, even though that was only 6 years ago. I don't think I could be any different now than I was then, even if I was actively trying to change. And the thing is, I didn't. At no point have I actively tried to change myself as a person. I've just gotten older. A lot changes in 6 fucking years. So I'm just a better person. I'm just a different person. I mean, I'm sure anyone who's known me could probably argue the better part. I would say I'm a much better person than I was back then. But the point is, I'm different. And this was the first time this kid ever did anything like this. I'm sure he didn't mean to burn your bathroom down. I'm sure he feels bad about it. And the aunt said that she wasn't going to make them pay for it because obviously they can't afford it, even if she wanted them to. Like, what are you going to do? You're going to sue them? They still don't have any damn money. like they literally can't pay for it, even if you wanted them to. So my thing would be I think what I would do in this situation is I would let them stay. But once they got back on their feet, I would be like, you're paying for what I had to repair here. Like, obviously she's gonna have to repair it herself, but I would be like, at some point, I want like double what I spent on this, and you're gonna pay it because your son burnt down my fucking bathroom, almost burnt down my entire house. You will pay me double what I spend to repair this stupid thing. That would be my thing, but I wouldn't kick them out. Because again, most of the family did nothing wrong and the kid's only 15. 15-year-olds are stupid, right? Pretty much the age bracket of 13 to 18 make the dumbest decisions, make the most dumb decisions out of any age group ever. And that's just because teenagers think they know what they're doing. Teenagers think they're hot shit. I'm gonna tell you right now, as someone who was a teenager and did think he was hot shit, you ain't shit, all right? You are not hot shit. You are literally nothing until you're like 30. you are literally nothing until you're at least like 30 years old. Even now, I can say I am fucking nothing. I ain't shit either. Like, what the hell do I have? But teenagers especially who actually think, that they're all that, you're not. You're just not. Stop trying to do stupid shit and expecting it to go well just because you saw someone else do it. That's not how life is ever going to work for you. It's just not. So, oh boy. What would you guys have done in this situation? Again, I think I would have been like, you can stay, but you're paying double. And this kid needs to really be taught that you don't play with fire. That is also a very neglectful act on the parents, because if they had been paying attention to what their own kid was doing. Now, obviously, you don't want to breathe down your kid's neck. I hate those types of parents that are constantly breathing down their kid's neck. Like, if you're always up your kid's ass, it's actually going to promote bad behavior more than just letting them make their own decisions. Like, kids and teenagers especially, they need to make mistakes. They need to make those bad decisions. But this one was a lot worse than your average bad decision, right? This wasn't some, some shoplifting, some petty crime, some slap on the wrist type of thing. No, this was almost, kill everyone in the house and destroy the house. So, probably more severe punishment than a simple slap on the wrist, but I do believe that she should reconsider. I don't know if they ever got kicked out. That part of the story has not reached me, at least. I have no idea. If you guys know if they actually got kicked out, let me know in the comments, because I don't know. I didn't look it up. I didn't necessarily care about the outcome too much. I was more concerned about the act, not really the aftermath. So, But again, this situation is from fucking January, so I'm sure someone out there knows. So again, if you know what happened to him, do leave it in the comments below. But I think I'm going to end this episode of Why with the World. I think I'm going to put the 2 stories at the end, actually. Yeah, I think I'm going to put the other 2 stories at the end, if I put them in at all. But yeah, anyway. If you enjoyed this video, do make sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Hit that join button if you can, it really does help the channel out. And I will see all of you inmates back here at the asylum for the next video. Peace.